Hello and welcome back to the Betting Odds Show, the show where we give you the comprehensive rundown of the trending betting markets and give you our free best bets for the biggest games in football and sports. And I'm joined by the betting barista, Anton. Anton, you're a coffee drinker, aren't you?
I am, yes. I used to feel a bit awkward ordering a latte in Blackburn. It's not something that really flows off the tongue in my accent, but yeah, I'm partial nowadays. Bit of a cortado as well. Still struggling with that one, as you can see, but yeah, I enjoy my coffee.
Cortado. I don't want to spend long on it, but how bad was yesterday's game?
It was just a bit so slow at times. Like, you probably one of Norwich's best performances for a while. They played with a little bit more freedom, which you're probably going to see now they've been relegated. But Chelsea looked a little nervous for me. A little nervous yesterday. I know Giroud had 8 shots in total there. Chelsea had 22 in total, but it just wasn't a very enjoyable game. It just never felt like we were going to come close with the bets, really.
They've got Liverpool Wolves last 2 games. So,
yeah.
We'll see. And yesterday, at half time, checking the scores, Wigan 7-0 at half time. They went on to win 8-0. It was 400 to 1 for them to win 7-0. No bookies did odds for 8-0. What happened there?
Absolutely outrageous, and you can only, as a Blackburn fan, I'm not really a big fan of Wigan and Paul Cook, but the job that what he's doing there at the moment, all those players dealing with friends and staff who've been told that they might be getting laid off, they might be getting a 12-point deduction, potentially getting relegated after all their hard work, and to throw in a performance like that, magnificent. And the best stat of the night that I heard, I think it was from Duncan Alexander on Twitter, 0.3% of Wigan's goals that they've ever scored in the Football League came in the first half against Hull yesterday. Quite incredible stat, that is.
Yes, found out they've now scored more goals in the restart than Tottenham in that one game. But absolute madness. But there isn't relegation odds because of the Wigan situation. But promotion, I don't know if your team Blackburn still praying for a miracle, but West Brom dropped points. So Brentford are playing Preston tonight. If they win, there'll be only 1 point ahead of them. Bookies giving West Brom an 89% chance at 1-8. Brentford 8-15. That's a 65% chance being promoted. Fulham 2-1, then Forest, then Cardiff. Who do you think is going up?
I think Brentford will win tonight against Preston, and there'll be a point behind West Brom. I'm not too sure on both of West Brom and Brentford's last 2 fixtures, but I think Brentford, for me, play behind Leeds the best attacking football in the division, and I'd be happy to have Brentford on side in the playoffs. I think they're by far the best team there out of the 4 that are currently in it. I'd want Brentford.
Yeah, no, they've played some stunning stuff this year. The only thing I'd say, maybe Fulham have got a bit more experience. They went up with the playoffs, so 2-1.
Yeah, Mitrovic obviously is the key angle there.
And Leeds looks like they could go up on Thursday. So, are you happy with them in the Premier League? I want them in the Premier.
Yeah, I'm quite happy for Bielsa more than Leeds, I think, really.
Yeah, no, class act. Anyway, on to the Premier League. Thursday, we're on to Thursday's games. Less than 2 weeks now to the end of the season. The games are coming thick and fast, and they're all so important. But Anton, you're going to have a look at Palace versus Man United. So what's the market saying, and what are your 3 tips?
So, as you mentioned, Charlie, we're coming to the end of the season now. You're going to see a lot more teams giving the youth players a bit of a run out, and you're going to see a lot more changes in team news. So it might be worth holding back when you're dealing with your player props, your bets like your shots on target, your cards, things like that, your tackles. Hang on till team news, or check if you've got a cash out from your bookmaker. But back to Crystal Palace v Man United. And Palace actually haven't beaten United at Selhurst Park since 1991. That game was when Andrei Konchelskis made his debut for United. But having a look at the prices for this one, for the match...
Were you born for that one?
I was, yeah, I were, you cheeky bastard. But anyway, back to the odds. 1-3 for a United win, 4-1 the draw, 9-1 for a Palace win. My first bet for this one, I'm going for Paul Pogba to have one or more shots on target. It's actually landed in all his last 3 games for United. And I think a bit of the reason for this now is Pogba's actually getting a bit more space because of how much emphasis defences are putting on Bruno Fernandes and closing him down around the edge of the area. I feel like it's freeing up Pogba to have a little more space. Don't get me wrong, half the time when Pogba's having these shots, there's that many bodies in front of him. I saw against Brighton, I think he had a couple blocks, but this has landed in his last 3, and it's odds against here at 6-5 with Paddy Power. Having a shop around, Coral have got this at 13-20, almost half the price there. Sky Bet, their odds on 10-11. So Paddy Power 6-5 for a Pogba shot on target. It's landed in his last 3. I'm willing to have a nibble on that one.
Yeah, I always like the look of Pogba because I just think he's the value compared to all the others, and he's going to find space. He's got a great strike on him, to be fair. So yeah, like the sound of that.
Definitely. My second one, Charlie, Man United to score a penalty, 4-1 this is. And if you didn't know already, Man United have been awarded 13 penalties in the league, and they need one more to break the current record, which is 13 at the moment, and that is held by tomorrow night's opponents, Crystal Palace, 2004 and 5, Andy Johnson slotting them in. Crystal Palace have the record at the moment. United one more to get past that. And they've actually scored 9 and missed 4 this season in the league. But Bruno Fernandes is now the penalty taker. He's scored 4 out of 4, so I've no worries on that front. And another key angle here is Palace commit a lot of fouls. I've actually been having a look at the players who've committed the most fouls in the Premier League this season. And of the top 10 players, 3 of them are from Crystal Palace. You've got Jordan Ayew, James McArthur and Luka Milivojevic. And that, I think, says something about Palace. Having a look down to, I think you've got one more in there if you go to 14 on the list. So 4 of the top 14 most players giving away the most fouls are from Palace. So we've got 4-1 on this from Bet365. I just fancy it to come in tomorrow. United need to win this, really. And 4-1 looks a fair bet there.
Yeah, especially with United's attacking threat coming up against Palace's defence. You've got Scott Dan, Sacco, Ward, players like that.
Well, they've actually got a bit of injury news at centre-back, I think, because Gary Cahill's out injured and James Tompkins out injured as well. So it's likely going to be Sacco and Dan who get the nod, who will be by far from the first choice pairing, I think.
Dan? Okay, nice. That sounds good. Is that Bet365, you say?
That's Bet365.
Nice, sounds good. Okay, what's the third one, mate?
Third one, you know what, to go for a long shot, and it's 66-1 with Betfair and Paddy Power. I'm going with that the formula we've been using over the last week or two of 2 players to have a shot on target and 2 players to be carded. So my shots on target, I'm going for Bruno Fernandes to have a shot on target. Last game against Southampton on Monday was the first one since the restart where he's not had a shot on target. Lightning don't strike twice. I'm putting it back in again for this one. I still think he's a massive threat. He's still averaging the most shots per game at United, and he's going in this one. On to Jordan Ayew, and he's going to be coming in for Christian Benteke, who's suspended after his red card at Aston Villa. And Ayew's actually had 9 goals in the Premier League this season. I've been having a look at his averages for games just at Selhurst Park. He's got the highest average of any Palace player for shots per game. Same again when you look at the shots on target, 0.9 on average he is there. So that's Ayew and Bruno Fernandes for the shots on target. Onto the cards. One for Palace is Milivojevic, 11 yellows this season, a league high. He's got joint with Jefferson Lerma. They've both had 11 yellows this season. Milivojevic also comes in the top 10 players to commit the most fouls this season in the full Premier League, and he's the highest fouls per game at Crystal Palace. He's going straight in there for me. Loves a cynical little foul. On to Man United, and I know you're going to say something here, but I'm going for Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be carded for the 3rd game in a row. Yeah, Charlie. So a bit of background on this. I've actually backed Wan-Bissaka to be carded in the last 2. It's landed in the last 2. Charlie thinks I'm mad to go for it on this one. If you're at the casino, when you're playing on the roulette and 10 reds come out, what are the chances of it being red on the next one? It's still 50-50. It's still exactly the same chance, even if it's coming the game before, and he's still the same price. He's still 9-2 as he was in them games, and I'm going to keep backing him. Playing his former club here. I know Will Sahar likes to switch flanks quite a bit. Andros Townsend as well. Players who are quite heavily fouled there. Sahari in particular. So I'm going for Wan-Bissaka to be carded. So that's Fernandez and Ayew 1 shot on target. Milivojevic and Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be carded. 66-1. Betfair and Paddy Power there, Charlie.
Sounds good. All right, I'll go for it then. We'll go for Wan-Bissaka 3 in a row. Nice one, Anton. Thanks for that. As always, only bet what you can afford. Make sure you're enjoying the football, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.